No clue. It's all good. We're ready to go. Should be a great matchup here. We have some very famous decks rolling, so I'm excited to see how this plays out.
All right. So if you're just tuning in, this is Shadow World's top 8. Team SAS against Don't Touch My Conte. SAS down here with Dunkoro. Has some fame within the Keyforge world, winning Vault Tour with this deck. Admiral Inslang, the Pink Fraud, has some nastiness. Coda, and you can look at some of this stuff. Jim, what sticks out to you about Dunk's deck?
Dunk's deck, I mean, obviously the 8 power kind of speaks for itself. I mean, the big things, it has 2 routine jobs, which are always fantastic. Really good steal mechanics and shadows. I think the biggest spice is the double battle fleet and the key abduction. And then you can do a lot of nasty things with that Mars package there. Whether that's the Martian makes bad allies, you can do the grabber jammers to do a lot of capture, make the keys cost a lot. I think that can get really nasty as well. So let's see. And then on the other side, for ConteCaly, we have Marmakin, the Teacher Butcher. It's also a Coda deck, so we have a little Coda versus Coda matchup going on. So, David, anything stick out to you about that one?
Let's see. You got another Time Traveler with some Too Much to Protect, Bait and Switch, Relentless Whisper, Classic Shadows, sweet for these kind of decks. You got Drumble. Always love seeing Drumble with Arise in this. You can gateway into Drumble, the Terror, to burst up a couple Amber.
Yeah.
And
we actually see an
Desania,
early
although
Arise.
I don't see... Is there a lot of archiving here?
There's a few. I think there's 3 archive cards in the Pink Fraud deck for Dunkoro. So it gets some value.
Okay, so while we're talking, we just had a double battle fleet where he basically drew 16 cards, something like that.
Yep, and he did play the key abduction for that first key, so very fast start. On the other side, we did see that Arise already as well, pulling back some early cards. Or was it just a discarded? Oh, no, he brought Time Traveler back. So, fantastic start for Dunkoro here.
Yeah, and it's clear he's got a lot of reps on this deck. I think if you look online, he's got some 500-plus games just with this deck, and I'm sure even more in person. Well, maybe not more in person, but a lot in person. There's the Drumble. So we saw the quick Drumble already.
Yeah, absolutely. So didn't have the Terror to get those cheeky 2 Amber with it as well, which is always a fun little combo to pull off. But yeah, just to try to stall out a little bit. These guys just have so many reps on these decks that it's pretty clear they're just going to play fast. They know what they're trying to do.
Yeah. He did burst the 10 Amber even with Too Much Protect on the other side. But it doesn't even matter. He's at 2 keys, and can he get to 6 Amber? He's at 6 Amber. We've been recording for maybe 3 minutes, and he has 9 Amber on his side, ready to forge his 3rd key.
I feel like we're casting the Kentucky Derby right now. With the most exciting 2 minutes in sports is this game right here.
What just I feel like I blinked. Like we well, there's the Too Much to Protect, but you need something else.
Yep.
Does he have something else to pull him off check?
He could Relentless Whispers here potentially. Obviously, Bait and Switch isn't going to trigger here. So, yeah, I think it would have to be a Relentless Whispers to get that win. So, no, it looks like doesn't have it, unfortunately. So, that was a incredibly fast game 1 on turn 6. So, that double battle fleet and the key abduction just puts you in such a hole.
Holy cow. Wow. I truly think that's the fastest Keyforge game I have ever seen. So we're going to game 2.
He just got such a quick board too. So yeah, it was funny. It was like as we were just going over our thoughts on the decks, one key was already forged, and I was like, man, what just happened? So we'll try to pay a little closer attention here.
Yep, we're gonna have to hop in another game.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm in there.
Likewise.
Let's reconcede because I got rolled second. Oh, so okay. So basically, there's no option on Keyforge to choose. Are they try and rematch? No.
Yeah. I think we're just gonna have to kind of keep hopping back in until it does roll correctly. So
It is not letting me get in there.
just refresh the page. Sometimes if you've joined a game and then exit it, you just have to refresh the page and you'll be able to hop in.
There we go.
I can go ahead and commentate on what I've seen so far. Just a turn 1 research smoko from Dunkoro's side, just to kind of get the ball rolling. ConteCaly elected to go second in this matchup just to try to get a little bit more of a board started out. So, yeah, it looked like trying to get a decent little Shadows board out. So, see the early.
I mean, the sheer speed through it. I mean, he doesn't even have to think about it. I think he's got the reps so much that he knows exactly what he needs to do every step of the way. So that's
Yeah, exactly. I feel like both these decks want to go really fast. I think Pink Fraud just has a little bit more of the Mars answers with the Grabber Jammers and Squawkers to kind of make they go a little bit faster and stall out when needed. But until he falls behind, he can just push. So I think that's kind of what's happened.
Okay, so we just saw Control the Weak into Shadows, and Dunk didn't have anything, so he's able to slow him down a little bit.
Yep, that is the power of Control the Weak, especially into another Coda deck. So sometimes if you don't have the board, it just instant like pass the turn, and so ConteCaly is able to get off to a huge board here.
Can he slow him down enough? That's my question. Can he?
Well, he did just play the Wild Wormhole.
Oh,
so that's a good game.
Yeah. House rules, guys. The Wild Wormhole. You play a Wormhole, you win. So good game.
Can't tell you how many concedes I've had to do because of your Wild Wormhole shenanigans. So.
All right. Back on disc. So ConteCaly up in check.
Yeah. So it looks like ConteCaly.
Oh, and gets rid of the interdimensional graft.
Yep, exactly. Hit with that Mind Barb, so he kind of got rid of a potential steal mechanic there for Dunkoro, which is really solid.
Yeah, so he knows he can burst here. I don't know how he can do much more. Look at that key to disc foil, making the game state all pretty.
Yeah, I thought that was such a cool addition that KFP was able to add to this. Just like a little flex, little flash, just to kind of showcase, like, hey, we got some cool stuff, and you can only get the foil on permanent cards. So action cards can't get it, which makes a lot of sense because you wouldn't get to see it outside of a quick play. But thought that was a really cool addition they added.
Love it. All right, so yeah. So all right, so Conte ended on check. And Dunk's thinking because he's got some Logos guys out there. Spectral Tunneler. I don't think I have a single deck with this card. Ironically, I don't even know how that's possible. That's what I love about Keyforge, because you have to play all the cards. Like every once in a while, I'll see something and be like, I didn't know that was a card. Still, after all this time playing.
Yeah, so this tells me if he's thinking through, if he's trying to just, play with his board here, or if he wants to play out of his hand. He probably has a little bit awkward of a turn. So if I was ConteCaly, I would probably be thinking, probably doesn't have anything crazy in Logos, but might have a decent like Mars hand or something, because that hasn't been played yet.
So he's going Logos.
Yeah, so just going to clean up the board probably here. Try to stall out a little bit. I think that probably will give over the first key, especially with that interdimensional graft going away. So that's probably a great pull with Mind Barb there. Let's see here.
Lots of draw power in that Logos house right there.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I think the thinking did have to occur, just because if he was able to draw into anything helpful, I mean, that was... Like, he has such a huge hand now and hasn't even started on the battle fleet craziness yet.
So Conte does get the first key, so there you go.
Yep, and I think that was part of it too, is it worth giving up that first key and kind of falling behind a little bit in tempo. So we'll see how this one plays out, if he was able to draw into that great Mars turn that we're sitting here expecting pretty soon. So... Oh, interesting. Right.
Well, that helps.
That'll race, yeah. And I think that was definitely a consideration earlier. Was can he just race to a second key? I mean, these decks are just so efficient with getting to the next one. Can you stop me? So probably looking for the routine jobs or the again just the grabber jammers and that kind of play. I think some sort of board is going to be needed here pretty quickly. Otherwise, ConteCaly could just run away with this one.
Yeah, that mind bar of discarding interdimensional graft could be a significant one later on.
Yeah, I think it only would have stolen one, maybe two. I don't quite remember. But I mean, it's still just everything helps for sure. So.
All right, here comes the Mars turn.
We will see what happens here. Let's see.
EMP blast, key abduction, grabber jammer, squawker.
Interesting.
Okay, so he does pull him off check because he's able to squawker with grabber jammer.
Yeah, that's interesting though. Didn't have the battle fleet to draw a ton of cards, so had to just kind of play with what he had there. That's a bit unfortunate for Dunkoro to have that huge Mars hand, but not one of the two battle fleets to kind of help out with that.
Interesting that he fought with Dr. Escotera before doing the time traveler stuff. I like to start with time traveler and make sure I see all my options, but he obviously knows his deck really well. He knows what's possible.
Yeah, I think a lot of times that just comes down to preference.
There you go, pulled him off check.
So, yep, sure did. Well done. Dexter, best card in Keyforge.
Ooh, it's a foil Dexter. Get ready, guys.
That's an infinite value card right there.
Oh, so double routine job, Miasma. Oh, Miasma doesn't matter because he pulled him off check anyways.
Yep, but yeah, it's probably fine just because I doubt he's going to call Shadows anytime soon. I think he's exhausted quite a few.
Bursted up to 11, though. This isn't too much to protect land. So Dunk's sort of wedging his bet that he doesn't have it.
Yeah, when you're behind like this early, I think you kind of have to just take that risk. If you have it, you were going to win anyway.
But didn't he draw his? Oh, because he time traveled, so he didn't. I was like, he had 15 cards in deck just a minute ago.
Yeah, Help from Future Self does this fun little thing where it just shuffles everything back in. So.
Nope, he's going back to logo, so he does not have the TMTP.
Yep, and so I like that risk there for Dunkoro. Like I said, like this game just goes so fast. It's if you have it, you're going to beat me anyway. If you don't, I have a chance. So I like that play a lot, and he's been able to stall out pretty well. Clearly, the grabber jammer was posing enough problems that he had to kill that one off instead of Dodger stealing one. So
grabber jammer is one of my favorite cards in the game.
Yeah, so we see a nice bait and switch here.
But Dunk did forwards, and he is in place now to forge his second key while pulling Conte off of check. So Dunk kind of slowly but slyly just sneaks out to a quick lead.
Yep, exactly. I think he was like, my win condition here is if you have TMTP, great, like you win. If you don't, he was in such a good spot. So I'm very intrigued to see how ConteCaly can pull this one back, if possible. Fortunately, probably doesn't need to worry too much about a crazy battle fleet turn, just with most of the Mars. Well, about half the Mars package gone. So he might still be able to pull off something with that, especially with 7 cards left. So, because, yeah, he should have one more grabber jammer to ready and fight. So he would just need a whole hand of Mars here to make that happen. Right. See a master plan come out. I'm intrigued to see what's behind door number 1 there.
I love master plan.
I know. Maybe this is the TMTP potential, just with Dodger out there to fight and steal one, pull him off a potential check. I feel like that'd probably be ideal there.
Well, double battle fleet. Not as big this time, but he still has 11 cards in hand, so that helps.
Yeah, and I think he still has one of the grabber jammers left, so he could play it and then ready and fight with it to push the key cost up to 7 there.
Yep. Imagine Conte still will reap here. Yep, so there's grabber jammer, mega mouth, squawker. Yep. Here comes, so grabber jammer, just like you said, captured 1.
So I like that play quite a bit. Looks like he just reaped with it just to still capture that one. Still force him to go back down to 0 amber here. Um, Still puts Conte in a pretty rough spot to try to get that amber back. I'll be intrigued to see if Dunkoro pushes any more amber in case there is that too much to protect underneath the master plan.
I think he can, because Dodger can't steal if he's dead. And right now, if he fought, he would be dead.
Yeah, great point. So yeah, it looks like it'd have to be a Relentless Whispers and a Too Much to Protect type of play. Has bait and switch been used? It looks like bait and switch might also be an option as well to pull him. Well, that would only pull him back to 6, so we would still need a combo of a couple cards here. So very interesting.
All right, I wonder what he... See, the Martians make bad allies. He could be pulling one of those.
Yeah.
Or debating whether to do that.
Yeah, I think probably just trying to see if he should push any more amber just to play into the TMTP. So yeah, it's kind of what's the magic number that you're willing to stop at. A great point about the Dodger with the 4 damage already on it, so that's probably not going to be an option to take anything. So he's just trying to play around as much as he can. So right now the bait and switch would pull him back to 6. Obviously, Too Much Protect wouldn't do well. Too Much Protect first, and then bait and switch would pull him down to 4, I believe.
Yeah, so that was Martians make bad allies. He discarded it instead of going for it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, because if you push that high and just get punished for it, it doesn't. Since he said he doesn't have key abduction, which I believe it's already in the discard pile. I think he played that super early. Yeah, I'm seeing that in there. He's just trying to play out as much as possible. So interesting. So called Dis. What in Dis? Oh, Drumble, probably. Gateway to Dis. Yeah, here comes the Arise. And did he have Drumble in the discard pile? I can't remember if he was able to use that to pull him off check there. So he's able to gain a couple here.
Looks like he might just be playing out his hand here.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like to me, especially if he played the Terror there, he doesn't have it. So that looks like it's probably going to be game.
Looks like he is conceding. That's it.
So 2 very quick games. So
crazy.
Yeah, very fast. We'll look to see if there's any other games available, see if we might be able to hop into anything. It was some very cool games, as you guys can see.